Now let us classify our cation. Here see, we have to identify which is the cation present in our salt. So we have identified that the anion present in our salt is carbonate. So we have to find out now which is the cation present in our salt. But already because from the flame test we have identified that the cation present can be Ca2 plus from the brick red colored flame. Okay. So now we have to systematically proceed and confirm that the cation present in our simple salt is Ca2 plus itself. So for that we have to perform a sequence of tests which is called as the intergroup separation. So I have to classify my cation into different groups based on its reactivity towards different group reagents. So if I am saying my cation is in group 1, doesn't mean it is having any relation with group 1 of the periodic table. Actually, if I say it is in group 1, means it is showing a reactivity towards group 1 reagent. Here, group 1 reagent is dilute HCl. Group 2 reagent which you will use is dilute HCl, and you have to pass hydrogen sulfide through that. Similarly, group 3 reagent will be ammonium chloride and ammonium hydroxide. Group 4 reagent will be ammonium chloride, ammonium hydroxide and hydrogen sulfide gas. Group 5 reagent will be ammonium hydroxide, and then you have to also pass ammonium carbonate. Group 6, there is no specific reagent. So like that, systematically we have to see our cation is falling into which group. Okay. First we will identify the group, and then we will find our cation belongs to which group, that is the first part, and then systematically find out which is the cation. Because in some groups there may be more than one cation. For example, in group 3 I can have Fe2 plus, I can have Fe3 plus and Al3 plus. I have 3 cations which belongs to group 3. Okay, so I don't know like which it will be. So further I have to do a series of tests and then confirm the cation. So let us proceed systematically and classify our cation in a particular group. Let us see which group our cation belongs to. So first what I have to do is I have to make a solution of my salt. So you already know that the salt is not soluble in water and it is soluble only in dilute HCl. So what I will do, I have to make a solution. So I will take dilute HCl because already I know it is insoluble in water. So I will add dilute HCl and make a solution of my salt. Since it already had carbonate, you can see the carbon dioxide gushing from this even now. Just wait for some time. Add more HCl till you get a salt solution. Okay. So I have to make a solution. See, now this is not that clear. I will have to add more HCl. Okay. So you have to make sure that it is a solution. If there is any cloudiness in this, add further HCl and make a clear solution. So first what I will do is I will take a little amount of this into another test tube. Okay, since it is not very clear, I am going to add little more HCl to this because my group 1 reagent is dilute HCl. See, and now the solution is clear. Can you see it is becoming clearer as you add dilute HCl? So it is clear that there is no precipitate. You have to observe for any precipitate formation inside this. Since there is no precipitate, that means our group 1 is absent. That means the cation present in this sample does not belong to group 1. So the ion present in group 1 in our analysis is Pb2 plus. So we can say that lead ions are absent in your sample. As I have already mentioned, a negative test is equally important as a positive test. So now what you have to do is, so group 1 is done. We don't have group 1 basic radical inside this. So I will proceed to group 2. I have to check whether any of the group 2 member is present over here. In group 2 we have only copper, Cu2 plus. Actually there are many ions in group 2, but in your scheme of analysis you have to check only for copper because only some ions are prescribed in your syllabus and we are following that particular syllabus. Now you have to pass H2S gas through. You have to pass the group 2 reagent. So group 2 reagent is dilute HCl and H2S. So already HCl is already present in this dilute HCl. So I will pass H2S through this. So you will have a rotten egg smell as you open this. So this is H2S gas passed through water. So can you see any observation? There is no particular observation. Imagine you had Cu2 plus in this. Your salt also will be blue in color, plus when you pass H2S with HCl through this, you will get a black precipitate of copper sulfide. So that is also not there. So definitely we don't have Cu2 plus inside this, which is the group 2 basic radical. So now we have confirmed that we don't have Pb2 plus, we don't have Cu2 plus. Now we have to proceed to group 3 reagent. And